Hi everyone, I'd like to talk to you today about the role of the neck in headache, including migraine, and how the treatment we provide to a small fault in the top of your neck can make a huge improvement. The amazing thing about this little fault is that in about 30% of people, it doesn't cause any neck symptoms at all, so you may not even know that your neck is an issue or feel like it's a problem. I'd say the most common experience people have with this little fault is short-term relief. So they may have been told that there is a spasm in the top of their neck or that their C2 is out, and having treatment on that, whether it's manipulation or massage or acupuncture, gives short-term relief for maybe a couple of days or maybe a week. So if you feel that under the base of your skull, right up under here, gets tight and it's tended to push on, then you need to know about this little fault and what we can do to fix it. If we look at the x-ray on the right, what we can see here is that the bony lumps, and this is what you can feel through the skin at the back of the spine, these should all line up in the middle. And so we see here, here, and here, they're all roughly in the middle, but this one at C4 is now starting to move over to this side, and C3 has moved further again, and we can see C2 is actually sitting right out here on the edge. So this is something that we can diagnose clinically. You don't need an x-ray for us to see this, although when we do get x-rays, it's always informative. But we can feel that, and as much as you can feel the bony lumps in the top part of your neck, we can actually feel whether they're lined up or in the middle. We can also feel what it is that's pulling that out to the side. And if we look at the image on the left, we're now looking at these two little muscles that sit up in the top part of the neck, and this is C2 that they're attaching to here, and you can see the muscle runs obliquely out to the side and attaches to C1. So this muscle, when it starts to pull, will start to pull C2 across this way out towards C1, and in fact it will start to pull C1 back towards C2. So these 2 points get pulled back towards one another. That creates a lot of stress, particularly in the joints at C2-3 down here, and you can see from the x-ray it will also cause some stress lower down as C3 and C4 start to be impacted, but also a lot of stress up here at C1-2 and OC1. This little muscle is responsible for a lot of the problems that we see in the top part of the neck. The reason for it going into spasm and tightening up like this is largely a postural one. The fact that we sit with our head forward and down for most of the day is what drives this. The problem is that just correcting your posture will not change this muscle. We need to treat the fault, the little pressure problem that is driving the muscle. That's something that we can see in the assessment and that we can change. So if we can switch this muscle off in around 30 seconds of pushing pressure through that top part of the neck, then we know we can treat it and we know we can change it. Suffice to say, this is a really important thing for us to know about and to assess and to treat appropriately. The problem is that most people treating the top part of the neck will stretch this muscle, will make it relax in some way, maybe dry needling, maybe a manipulation, maybe just massaging. All of those things will help this muscle, but only temporarily. None of them have really addressed the reason why it's tightened up in the first place. That is the key difference. During the assessment, we can switch that muscle off, not by stretching it, not by sticking needles in it, not by massaging it, but by directing pressure very specifically at the next segment down. And if we can do that and switch this muscle off, we know we have the cause of that muscle spasm and potentially a huge part of what is driving your headaches. So if you've ever had treatment to the top part of your neck and found that it's helped in a short term, so it's helped for 1 or 2 days or maybe a week, but then keeps tightening up and keeps coming back, then call us today. Book an appointment, see if you have this fault, see if we can treat it, and see if we can help you start to live a better life.